Hi, this is Jason Witt. We're here on Amazons.com checking out an article I wrote today. We're clicking on the environment category and we're going to take a look. Here it is. 20 top planet polluters meet. We're clicking on it, scrolling down and taking a look. 20 top planet polluters meet by Jason Witt. When you receive the seal, you will see climate change as the coming end of the world. You will be interested in the latest talks, hoping to curb climate change, the meeting of the G20 in the middle of March 2008. The G20 are the world's 20 top emitters of greenhouse gases. Those gases blamed for trapping in the heat of the sun but not letting it escape, therefore warming the world steadily. The G20 met in Japan, some of them rich countries and some of them poor countries. All agreed something needs to be done about global warming, but the poor countries did not agree on the methods. Former British Prime Minister Tony Blair was at the meetings. He has become an activist in the fight against global warming. He told the poor nations they definitely need to be involved in fighting climate change. The poor nations were not so willing without what they consider the keeping of the promises of the rich nations. They want the rich nations to make cuts in emissions and help them by sharing technology for making those cuts. The poor nations think they should be allowed room to grow when that growth usually means using cheap and plentiful energy sources like coal. Unfortunately, coal is also one of the dirtiest fuels, emitting lots of greenhouse gases. Tony Blair has the goal of bringing together a global agreement to cut emissions in half by 2050. The last conference in Bali, hosted by the UN, held all nations in agreement to work on a new pact in 2009. The poor nations blame the wealthy industrialized nations for having the highest per capita emissions. But China, one of the poor developing nations, is now said to have higher total emissions than the United States, the second largest polluter. China is building one coal-fired power plant each week, and China's emissions, the latest studies say, are growing much faster than previously thought. It is now said that China's emissions will double every 10 years. All these efforts by world leaders to rally agreements to cut emissions are futile. There are enough greenhouse gases in the air already to start warming up the world. And making cuts years from now is not going to save the world. Global warming is happening much faster than predicted. That is one thing all the recent studies of scientists have revealed. The changes are already happening much faster than feared. And scientists are not alone in foretelling the end of the world and global warming. Jesus taught the parable of the fig tree. When the fig tree buds, you know that summer is near. That summer is global warming and the end of the world. Jesus taught the end of the world would come like a summer, and now scientists all over the world agree the end is coming like a summer. Each year, spring, fall, and winter are a little more like summer. The world cannot be saved, and you have no more hope for your life in this world. You have no more legacy to leave, no more posterity, but you do have hope in an eternal life in heaven. When you are sealed, you will hope in an eternal life in heaven, and while you are still in this world, you will await the return of Jesus. Jesus will return within you when you receive the seal. And now Jason Witt, that's me, would like to invite you to head over to SealSecrets.com And that's where you can pick up the first 3 chapters of my book, Seal of the Soul, for free. And you get another free gift too when you sign up at sealsecrets.com. And head over to sealofthesoul.com and you can pick up the rest of the book, Seal of the Soul. Well, this is Jason Witt saying, God bless you and thanks for watching the video.